Oh, sorry, I was just watching the first semi-final of the Eurovision Song Contest. Can't show you any more because I'll get demonetised, won't I? Now, there was a bit of a break in the long heat wave we've had here in Thailand yesterday. Certainly had quite a bout of rain here in Phang, also in the capital. And the Council English Facebook page reporting that May the 7th soaked Bangkok for the first time in several weeks, certainly the first heavy rain for several months. The TMD forecasts that from May the 8th to the 13th, there will be scattered thunderstorms in the capital with gusts and isolated heavy rains. But it wasn't only in the capital. Pattaya drenched by cooling rains, but isolated flooding causes havoc. This is reported by the PattayaNews.com. And the areas in and around Pattaya finally saw some much needed rain on Tuesday morning after months of dry weather. However, the downpours came at a cost as they triggered terrible flash floods in several areas, and apparently it was causing rapid flooding along various roads. And I know there's the usual suspects up in Pattaya that always seem to flood when we get these torrential rains. But wait, there's more. More rain. Storms expected until May the 13th, this reported in the Bangkok Post. And more rain and thunderstorms are forecast across the northern, northeastern and central regions, according to the TMD. So we're certainly starting to see the start of this year's rainy season. There's still be plenty of good weather, and it's still a great time to come to Thailand. I think people sort of think it rains for 6 months continuously. Well, it's nothing like that. I mean, say down here in the south, you might get 15, 20 minutes of heavy rain, and then it's clear for the rest of the day, and it's quite refreshing, and the temperatures are down a little bit, such that, I probably won't be sleeping with the air conditioning for the next 6 months, which is nice. Now, a story that's not nice and has taken a bit of a twist in the past 24 hours with Thai police now involved. We go to nationthailand.com, and this story that Thai police officers have been involved in kidnapping of Chinese businessmen. And 2 Thai police officers are among the 11 suspects who kidnapped 5 Chinese businessmen from a hotel in Bangkok on April 25, extorted money from the victims. And CCTV footage showed the 11-member gang abducting the Chinese nationals using 4 cars from in front of the hotel in Soi Prasha Songkro Song in Dingdang district. And the victims who filed a complaint on April 29 said they were forced to transfer 2.5 million baht in digital currency to the wallet of a Chinese national with the last name Su, who's believed to be the leader. And the report says among those arrested, one is a police sergeant working at the Police Emergency Communication Centre, while another is a former chief investigator at the Can Na Yao police station in Bangkok, who was fired from the force in 2023. Now, reading this story over the past 2 or 3 days, it's certainly already taken a few twists and turns. We've now got 2 Thai police allegedly involved, and I believe investigators are also searching for some more Thai police in connection with this case. And we thank you very much for dropping in on our daily Thai musings. Now you can subscribe to the channel. That would really be appreciated. We're not going to send you any annoying emails or anything. Costs you nothing. Also, a big thank you to our main sponsor, 5-Star Marine at 5starmarinephuket.com. Let's dig into this story, which has been going on for a couple of years. I'm pretty sure it's going to be dragging on for, at least a few more months until something gets resolved in Parliament. But we go to the Bangkok Post. The new health minister seeks cannabis views. And it says the newly appointed Health Minister Somsak says he needs to listen to people's opinions before making a final decision on the future of cannabis. And he says a final decision has not yet been made on whether to go ahead with plans to recriminalise cannabis under a new law, saying it was very important to get people's opinions about whether it should be put back on the list of controlled narcotic drugs. And his predecessor, Dr. Cholnan, had been pushing for tough legislation to curb the recreational use of cannabis, which has skyrocketed since decriminalisation in June 2022. And supporters of liberalisation said such a move could put thousands of cannabis shops and farms out of business and set back efforts to promote cannabis as an economic crop. And he said we do need to find a proper solution which would not take long, but it would not need to go to a stage of public hearings. Now we go to Thai PBS World for a bit more information on this story. Their headline, New Thai Health Minister faces meth, weed, booze challenges, plus cancer cure controversy. So there was plenty in this story about methamphetamines, also the opening hours and the availability of alcohol, but we'll stick to the cannabis part of the story. On marijuana, Somsak will have to handle the battle, the story says, over legalisation raging between Pheu Thai and its coalition partner Bumjai Thai. And it says Bumjai Thai oversaw the decriminalisation of medical marijuana in 2022, but the move led to an explosion in recreational use as weed shops mushroomed over the country amid a lack of regulation. And Pheu Thai declared its opposition to recreational marijuana during the 2023 election campaign, as did the party that got 38% of the primary vote, the Move Forward Party. And the story says after it formed the government with Bumjai Thai's help, Cholnan, that's the former public health minister, prepared a bill to tighten cannabis control targeting leisure use. And then it says, yet after just 8 months in office, he's lost the post to Somsak, a man whose contention that papaya leaf soup can fight cancer has been ridiculed by scientists and rejected by the National Cancer Institute. And a bit more about the new health minister, Somsak's strong links with Thaksin Shinawatra, who's widely considered to be Pheu Thai's patriarch, is considered a factor in his new appointment. Somsak held several ministerial posts in Thaksin's Thai government and defended his former boss against criticism when he returned to Thailand last August to face imprisonment for negligence and corruption in office. Well, accusations there of jobs for the boys, and it may appear that his actual knowledge of medicine could be limited or at least controversial, but he's now got quite a big task in trying to get that Cannabis Bill into Parliament and get it passed in some form. I think everybody will be glad to stop talking about it. Thai PBS World reports this next story. An American wanted in US on human trafficking is arrested in Bangkok. The anti-human trafficking police have arrested an American who fled a 25-year jail sentence in the US for kidnapping, sex trafficking and other crimes. Silvo Delana Mudalaya was jailed for at least 25 years by a court in the US state of Oregon in March this year on 11 counts that also included strangulation and coercion. The 37-year-old fled to Thailand while on parole and lived in the kingdom for more than 3 months, apparently frequently changing hotels and apartments. And a senior officer with the Royal Thai Police Human Trafficking Prevention and Suppression Unit said it's believed that Mr. Silva knew that he was wanted by the police. Thai police were concerned Mudalaya would do similar types of sexual violence he did in the US, but in Thailand. And we go to this story from Phuket-go.com, and a missing person story, 65-year-old UK retiree missing in Phuket. And David Goldthorpe, a 65-year-old retiree from Edinburgh, is still missing in Thailand, where he was vacationing to celebrate his recent retirement. But scheduled to return to Scotland last Sunday, concerns arose when he failed to board his connecting flight in Phuket to Doha, Qatar. Goldthorpe headed off on his trip on April the 12th, spending a week in Bangkok before heading to the holiday island of Phuket. His last contact with his family was on May the 1st. Authorities in Thailand and Scotland are investigating his disappearance, while the UK government and embassy officials are in contact with Mr. Goldthorpe's family. Well, if you do recognise this man or know anything about David Goldthorpe, recently retired, then obviously would be good if you could contact police. Now heading to the patianews.com now, this story, bomb blast in Narathiwat, 4 people injured in suspected southern border province attack. It happened at 9:35 at night on Monday, and the incident was reported at the Ta Praya Dam in the main city area of Narathiwat, resulting in 4 injuries. It says police found a motorbike attached to a bomb engulfed in flame. 2 volunteer defence officers suffered injuries and 2 women suffered serious injuries. And according to the police in Narathiwat, many locals were shopping at a market 200 metres away from the incident before the explosion occurred. An explosive sound caused panic among the locals. Volunteer defence officers then assisted and evacuated the locals for safety. Another incident down there in the ongoing southern insurgencies. We should say, though, if you stick to the main roads, it's still very safe to travel through the south. And some good news now on TNT, covered in the Cowside English Facebook page. And it says they interviewed the granddaughter of a 102-year-old man on Tuesday about the story behind a heartwarming clip that's garnered over 1.5 million views from netizens, showing the elderly man seeing the sea for the first time. Apparently, during the school break, the grandchildren came back from Bangkok to Phuket province and they asked their grandfather, "Do you want to go to Rayong? Let's go to the beach." Now, he replied, "Will I be able to handle the trip? I've never seen the sea in my life." And the grandchildren then took him to the beach at Ao Kai in Rayong. And he said, "I thought it would be like the Chao Phraya River near our home." He was surprised at how vast the sea was. He slowly walked into the sea and revealed a very happy smile. And may he have many more trips to the sea coming up. That clip originally posted on TikTok and then reposted with a story on the Cowside English Facebook page. And with that, I thank you very much for watching today. Hopefully you're a bit more up to date with things happening around Thailand. That sound is a toy under my chair being rattled by Daisy, who likes to stick around and watch the daily show being recorded. Thanks for watching today. Please subscribe to the channel. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow.